Speaking of Michael Mann, if someone has never seen any of his films, besides Ferrari, which obviously is the easy answer, what's the one you want to recommend people watch first and why?
Oh, gosh, that's a great question. I mean, my favorite debatably is Heat. There's everything about that film. And every single time I watch it, I think that's actually my favorite part about Heat is every time I watch it, I feel attracted to something new in it. Like the first time it was more sort of the violence that was occurring between the men and their relationships. And then the second time it was the emotional violence that was occurring between all of the love and the romance. And I think it's just a perfect film in my eyes. I
love it. And so obviously you're working with Michael on Ferrari, a lot of rumors that, he's making a sequel to Heat. Are you sort of like, I love this movie. Is there a role?
I mean, of course. Absolutely. The thing, I remember when we were filming Ferrari, Michael gave me, Heat 2 came out, and he gave me a signed copy of it. And Ansel Elgort happened to be in town while we were filming and came by to visit Michael because he had worked with him on Tokyo Vice. And so we were reading Heat 2 together and just talking about it. And it's such a fun daydream, to work with someone that you love so much that you could only hope to be able to work with them again one day. And whether it's working together or just championing him on for the rest of his career, I just feel very blessed and very grateful to have had the opportunity to work with him at all.
I also really enjoyed Tokyo Vice. And another just thing I'm recommending. It's very good.
Yeah.
I am so curious. You've done some really cool stuff in your career and obviously Ferrari. What's the most nervous you've been the night before the first day of filming and why?
Every single project I've ever done. The nerves never go away. And I think there's something so important about that. If I wasn't nervous, if I felt... I have a confidence in what I do because I feel proud of it and I feel dedicated to it. So there's a confidence that comes with that. But that confidence is only mirrored by nerves as well. I think that chaotic energy is what drives passion in a way.
Last question. I think I'm almost out of time with Ferrari. What, as a fan of Michael Mann, what actually surprised you about the collaboration with him on set? And what was it about this project that said, I absolutely have to do this?
I don't think this is any secret. Going into a Michael Mann film, a lot of people are like, oh, we were working with Michael Mann, gonna be tough, or it's gonna be this, or it's gonna be that. There were so many preconceived ideas that I had been given, and I'm not one to really take much for truth until I experience it myself. And of course, it was tough only because the stakes were high, and I wanted to do justice by his intuition, do justice towards his vision for this film and my character. But I thrive around people who are so passionate and who are so dedicated to their craft. And Michael is a master of that. So for me, I didn't find it to be overwhelming or too tough or frustrating because of his attention to detail. I thrived in the environment, and it became addicting. And it was an energy that I really enjoyed being around because it only ever is in support of the greater picture. It's only ever in support of the final product. And I think that there's an incredible amount of leadership that has to come with being a director, and it is a dying art. And I think there is a lost breed of people who have the stamina and the attention to detail that Michael has. And so every single moment of the experience felt like an opportunity to soak it up, to not forget. I would take notes. I would talk to his crew because a lot of his crew members had worked with him for decades. And there's also something to be said about that. Someone who has people who desire to work with him again and again and again. And it's because no matter the circumstance and maybe the temporary chaos that might be happening, Michael pushes everyone to be the best that they can possibly be because he pushes himself to be the best he can possibly be. And that is, again, it's just a very addicting, wonderful energy to be around when you're in the process of creating art.
On that note, congratulations on this.
Thank you.
And I do hope you get a role in Heat 2.
Me too. I'm I'll be the bartender. I don't care. I'll do anything.